Students, good morning. Hello, can you switch on your cameras, everybody? Hello, hi. Oshadi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, you have done something to your hair? You have short hair or like this is your hair?
This was long overdue. I had a haircut. Normally I have it short, but it outgrew. Now I look civilized.
Yesterday only you had it?
Yes, yeah.
After the class?
Yeah, there is this person who comes over. Because of COVID, I get him to come home and cut. Now it's, I think, maybe safe to go, but still I get
Very
him.
nice. Very nice. Very beautiful.
Thank
Lovely. Just like a teenage girl now. My God. Be careful.
So
Don't go alone. I had a shower like I am, like a real hen, like, no? I had a shower. Anyway, that is what. Anyway, good. So how are you today? What are the news with you? You okay? Moshadi?
Yes. Good. I'm okay.
Yeah, wonderful.
Getting back to our normal life after lockdown and all that. So.
Exactly. That is true. Everybody is a bit comfortable, no? After a long, staying at home for a long period. Isn't it? Good, wonderful, lovely. Yes, Subhani. Good morning, Subhani. How are you, Subhani?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm good, ma'am.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Okay, Chayatri, good morning. How are you?
Morning, madam. How are you?
I'm okay, Chayatri. Today you are under user. There's no name yours, no? Another name has come. Yeah, okay. Good. Okay. Hi, Arusia. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. Ma'am, yesterday there's a small network error that was.
That's a reason. Sound. Yeah, all of a sudden you decline, no? That's true. It's okay. I understood that. That's fine. No problem. Yes, Tilanka, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, madam. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay, Tilanka. Very good. Excellent. Hi, Malshi. Good morning.
Good morning, madam. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? You okay?
Hi, madam. Yesterday, actually, power cut we had power cut. That's why I went.
That is the reason you lost our yesterday's whole class, no? In way.
Yeah.
But try to.
Yes, I think it's disturbing when I log at that time.
Yeah, try to watch the recording what we discussed yesterday, and I will be uploading everything. Today I will do it. Yesterday I couldn't do it actually because when you want to go to the LMS, there's a procedure of doing also. No, it takes a little time. That's what. Anyway, I'm free today. So what I would do is I will upload everything. So even there was a problem that you all had to, I couldn't upload that 5 and 6. That problem also I will solve from my end. So I'm supposed to do. So I will log into it to the LMS and do changes accordingly. So nothing to be worried. So as I told you, you will be getting a small activity for this particular topic also. So that means for all 11 topics what I have done, you need to do activities, right? So don't worry. What will I do is I will do everything like giving marks to you all, and for everything I'll be doing it from tomorrow onwards because I will be little free from tomorrow. And then what you have to do is your main assignment. Okay, the main assignment, you will be getting that assignment for your final examination. So that you know that last week I showed you. Today also I'll be showing it to you. We will be discussing the way how you will be writing that as well. So when it comes to that, your submission day, as I told you, I will give as the 17th. I told like 17th of November. 17th is a Wednesday actually. So you can upload it in 17th of November. November. So you will be having 1 month from 17. All right, because today you will be getting this homework, this activity work. So you finish that. From next Saturday, you can start your job. That is the writing your assignment. As I told you, as soon as you get the question to your hand, don't start writing. Since you have 1 month, you plan it. First, maybe you spent about 1 week for searching documents, and now are you going to get the literature? Literature mean always some other people. I get that in-text citation. That is literature. Somebody has done a research. He says according to his research, this is the way. Likewise, you have to support your answer. For instance, look here, it's like this. Supporting in the sense, students, when it comes to somebody would say that about something. For instance, we'll say like this, okay, we might say, Subhani might say that Aruzia came to the class, okay, physical thing. Just imagine, and that Aruzia came to the class, but all of a sudden, she left. She will be coming and telling me this is as a secret, right? As a secret. She doesn't want to say in front of y'all, but she would come and say me, ma'am, you know that Aruzia came to the class today at about 8:30. And of course, all of a sudden I saw she was getting into a vehicle and she was going with some people inside. Then I'm not going to trust what Oshadi says. Then what I would say is that true? That is what I'm going to ask. Then she would be saying that, you see, I have a video, this clip also, while she was going, I took a video also because I wanted to show you. This is not the first time. She always, goes away from classes. Then she says, I saw she was putting her fingerprint also for the machine. That also. Definitely, I can check the fingerprint for my technical office. No, they will do everything. We will ask from them, check whether the student came for the lectures today. He would say yes. But the physically child is not in the class. Okay, then there's another proof that I can say, she didn't come, right? So whatever the message we got from Oshadi, to confirm that, you have to have proof, evidence. You have to prove whatever she says, I don't agree. What are the evidence? She has a photograph taken and she has that video clip. And as she said, she came at 8:30. So I checked the machine. In the machine, yes, she had a right. Then check with the security. Okay, I be searching. I'm asking for information with regard to her departure. Of course, it is confirmed. So until you confirm, so you can now support. What is the statement you had? Since Aruzia didn't physically appear for the class, we will have to subtract some marks from her final results. So can we just subtract it or not? Yes, we can subtract it now. Why? We have provided enough evidence. So literature is like why, students? When you are writing your document, you strengthen your document with some other people ideas. The researchers, that is why I always use some people, I have showed you the way I am using the researchers' ideas. So that don't just write. You can just write. You can make your assignment. That's true. But take some literature also. In 2015, okay, you can say Smith, 2016, Smith, 2016 within brackets, combine within brackets. Okay, say whatever he has mentioned about this. When you do research, when you search under that particular topic, you can get enough, right? It is, it will be a little difficult for the first time, but definitely it will be really easy. You will understand actually, like the value of literature. Clear? Literature is always not the literature. That is not English literature. Literature is not something history. No, this literature is to prove your document, to show that people, to give a strength to your document. So this is what we get literature. Is it clear to you all, everybody? Or should they just brief me what you understood then at least? What do you mean by...
Sorry. Yes, now say we want to prove a point. To strengthen the point, we have to find the scientists who have done particular research and all that, and we have to state in that, after the point, we have to state in that in our document.
Exactly.
Yeah, with their name
exactly
and the
correct.
year. Yes.
So normally that is the reason we do research. Now, for instance, imagine if this this organization wants to, SLF wants to find out whether you were happy with me, whether you were happy with the lecturer. They can do a small research. What is the research? They can send you a questionnaire, right? There is a lot of questions inside that. In the particular document, you call it as a questionnaire. So when they send you the questionnaire, in the questionnaire that there are several questions, maybe about 20 questions with regard to my teaching, my PowerPoints, the interactions, about the videos, or whatever, the homework and all. So we will be asking, you were happy? No, I am happy with my lecturer. No, I am happy the way she conduct lectures. You have to tick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They say agree, disagree, partially, not at all, whatever. It comes as a scale. Then you have to tick. You got to do is only tick, tick, tick. That is the questionnaire. So after that, what they would do? They will collect all your questionnaire. In the computer, you can have a software. You will feed that information to that software. Quickly, we take one by one and tick, 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 whatever we will be feeding now. We are not going to see who has written like this. We don't care. Questionnaire comes, we don't check that. Particular child, we don't get that. So what they do is after that, the machine will give you a result. The software give you a result. Okay, see the percentage the students has given her teaching. Okay, it is maybe whatever, it's a lower amount of, okay, they don't like the PowerPoints, that is 45%. 45% of 45 of the students out of the class, they said that the PowerPoints are up to the standard. Then what is the rest of the students? The rest of the students have mentioned the PowerPoints are not up to the standard. You saw now? So that is the way you are doing. This is very interesting. That's what I told you. It's very nicely you can enjoy, but still you will have time, don't worry. Okay, so I'm going to start from tomorrow. I will be doing a research activities about online COVID, during this pandemic situation. I'm going to do a research with the help of advanced level biostream students. So I spoke to several masters and I'm going to interview them. And so afterwards, through that, I will be, there's a coding, I will be doing that. Then I will be sending a questionnaire, maybe about 250 students. So I will be getting it back. Then I will be putting into the software and I'm getting the results. I'm going to publish it. So there is a convocation, there is a symposium next month actually. So I was asked to do a research and present it. So I really want to this research. So I might do it. I'll let you know if I'm presenting. So you also can log in and see when I'm presenting. Okay, but I'll let you all up to date you all, don't worry. Clear? Most probably I will present it, but I have to finish the collecting data within these 2 weeks and to come to a conclusion, then to write my abstract and to do my PowerPoint and to the presentation. So every year, normally I do a presentation, I go for a symposium locally, but I love to do something with some other countries as well. That is what my wish is now. Okay, anyway, don't worry students. So I think it's very clear to you everything about the literature, because I wanted to tell you when you are writing your assignment, add some literature students, give the strength to your document. So read for 1 week, get some, okay, then you write another 1 week. So then you, check whether you are in everything is in order with the introduction, body and the conclusion likewise. Then you go for the last week and check everything. Then you go for a print or if you are mailing or according to the mod they wanted. If you want to, I think you have to upload it to the LMS. Moment you give me send me that, I will send you the results also within a week for sure. You can have your results also within a week, right? I give me 1 week, you can log in. I will inform everything soon as marking is not a problem for me. Even I spent about 5 to 7 hours marking your papers. I can do this thing, right? So anyway, at the end also we'll discuss about that. So let me start with our today's lesson. So I was asked to talk about the approaches to teaching and learning of reading. So this is what we are going to discuss now, students. So at the end, you will have a knowledge about the phonic debate and folk lore and fairy tales and also oral tradition. I'm pretty sure now you all have a very vast knowledge with regard to this particular module, which I conducted with you all, right? So if you look at the introduction here, students, teachers need to employ a variety of teaching strategies in the classroom. You know that very well. Yes, I myself also use a lot of strategies when I'm doing this online session with you all. Likewise, with the kids, you have to work with them. So you have to apply so many strategies when it comes to teaching, because teaching to young kids is not that much easy. So for y'all, teaching is not difficult for me, because you all are listening to me because you want to learn. So you are doing such a thing, you know that at the end of this program, you are going to have a convocation, you are going to wear a cloak, you are going to take a photograph, everything, you know that intrinsically, you know that you have persuaded for that. So you have been persuaded to do that thing. So due to that, you will. But when it comes to kids, that is why we always reinforce the kids. You give something, you give stars, you give happy faces, you give a piece of of chocolate, you will take them out, you will promise them to go for the swimming tomorrow. Likewise, lots of promises are there. Those are reinforcing. So those are the teaching strategies that you will be using when it comes to teaching the students in the classroom. So this will normally include carefully designed individual learning activities, group work, and whole class instruction. Hope you could remember even yesterday, they had lovely group work, for the speaking part, they used 2 by 2, they had turned like a circle, 2 by 2 by 2. They were asking questions, making questions from others. All these things are happening, very lovely, that's a nice activity, very interesting. That's what I told you, but teaching in students, you can really enjoy. You can think of, when you are, if you can be a dramatic person in front of the student, there are thousands of activities, students. My God. So you have to think critically. What am I going to do? If I come across with a difficult child, what is the way I'm going to bring it? So I can be really happy because at every program when I'm lecturing, I know all my students like me, even they are for the first time, even they come at the end of, they are so sad. They say that they learn a lot, that is the happiness that even with the sad, I know that the students they have learned a lot. And I know there is a good future for them with that particular knowledge. So likewise, you have to understand that very well. So the key element is quality of learner management and the opportunities provided for feedback between the learner and the teacher to guide the next learning steps. So you understand now that is the quality. You have to maintain the quality. So if I am not doing this in a proper manner without using PowerPoints, without using videos, you will not like this. There's no quality of my lecture. Understand? So due to that, that she will be showing us new thing. The PowerPoints will be really nice for us. There will be enough information for us. So you are eager. So I anxious to have the lecture. So that is why, because I am providing opportunities for you, likewise getting your feedback with regard to that learning, what you happened during this time. So likewise, all these things are happening. Likewise, with the kids also, at the end of the day, you must be able to get everything from their voices. You understand? The whole class instruction can be highly effective instructional approach if it includes discussion and learners have the opportunity to respond and contribute. So I do give the chance to each and everybody here. Understood? I do not favor anybody. You can't favor students actually in the classroom. So if you need any help, even if you are a little poor, so we don't going to find it as a shortcoming, it can be happen, it can be happen. Like if you come across with a very good teacher, you get the opportunity to learn. If you come across with enough material, you will learn a lot. If you come up with enough facilities, of course you will be. So it depends. So you can't label students, don't label students. Don't say that this is this is that is, background also likewise it happens, So, but we as teachers, we have to have empathy towards our students and also sympathy, and you have to help them to see the beauty of the world. So this is your job actually. So let's start here by watching this tiny video, I think about 2 minutes job here. When you go to get these videos, that is what it happens. We get stuck sometime. Right, it's okay.
Hi there, my name is Chris Americos, and I've been teaching English for the last 11 years. And right now, I'm having a free seminar where I teach you how to speak better English in just 1 month. So if you're interested in improving your English speaking.
Hi everyone, it's Susan Jones, and welcome back to my Sunday Spotlight. Over the last few weeks, I've really been focusing on distance learning in the classroom. In fact, I focused on it so much and made so many videos that I went ahead and made a distance learning playlist that I will link up here as well as in the description down below. But this week I did want to take a quick little break from that and talk about 5 different ways to promote fluency in your classroom. I thought this would be an appropriate time to talk about it as we head into a new year of school. We can talk a little bit about fluency, some ways to get your students to become better readers. And most of these, if not all 5 of these tips, will definitely work whether you are teaching in person or through distance learning. So let's dive in. Now, if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I am a K-2 teacher. That is my passion. That is what I research on a regular basis. That is where my experience lies. And fluency is such a huge part of teaching students to read that I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and made this video to kind of store on my YouTube channel to reference for later. Now, just for reference, when we are talking about reading fluency, it's the ability to read something at an appropriate rate with correct intonation, meaning you are, stopping at the punctuation marks. Your voice might go up if there's a question mark at the end of a sentence. You're reading it properly. It's kind of like reading something in a conversational voice. Now, a couple years ago, I shared this photo right here on Instagram. And it is from Phonics They Use by Patricia Cunningham. And I thought it was such an excellent kind of example of fluency, because fluency is essential to reading comprehension. So in case you haven't already, go ahead and try to read this the first time through. Then I'm going to read it to you. Our brains can attend to a limited number of things at a time. If most of our attention is focused on decoding the words, there is little attention left for the comprehension part of reading. Now, that example right there kind of shows what it looks like when students are first presented with a book. Now, I'm talking about our younger students, right? When they're first presented to a bunch of text that they have to kind of decode and unscramble, they may have to read it 1, 2, 3 times through, probably like you just did with that image right there, before they can fluently read it aloud. If I just flashed that photo and said, okay, go ahead and read this, the first time you read it would probably sound pretty choppy because you're trying to figure out what it says, what it means, and things like that. So how can we go ahead and promote fluency in the classroom? Tip number 1 is to go ahead and give your students easy books. Now, I'm putting that in air quotes because I am a big lover of the reading workshop model, just like I am math workshop and writing workshop, which is why I talk a lot about it. But in reading workshop, our students have their own book bins. And we talk a lot about what a just right book is. Now, just because we talk about a just right book, I want you to think for a moment as an adult and think about the last time that you kind of looked through a book and you were like, oh, this is just right for me. It's not too hard. You haven't, picked up a book and started counting how many words you don't know in a story. You know what a just right book is, and you know how to read quite a bit of stories. I do like to show my students, though, especially when teaching that unit, because a lot of them are like, oh, Mrs. Jones, you can read everything, though. You're a grown-up. And I'll pull out like a medical journal and try to read those words and explain that I'm going to have to read this quite a few times if I ever even understand what it means. But anyway, backtracking. In my classroom inside their book bins, I try to have them get about 3 just right books, give or take. I'm not super strict about it. And then they also get 3 choice books, which a lot of times my students can pick either a much harder book or a much easier book. And I often find as I'm circulating the room that many of my students picked an easy book. And why do they do this? Because they can read it. They feel confident in their reading ability and they can read it over and over and over. The more your students can read something that is below their technical level, they can become more fluent in what they're reading. So make those easy books accessible to them. Don't always be, pushing them to the next level like we can sometimes do, especially in those younger grades. Tip number 2 is to go ahead and integrate poetry into your reading lessons and make it accessible to your students. So in my classroom, I think I've talked about this probably a few times in different reading videos that I've made on this channel, but we would always use phonics poems. Here's a picture of it right here. And with these phonics poems, we would do 1 or 2 a week, usually try to stick to 1, and we would read it over and over and over. We would basically, first students would listen to me read it aloud and they would echo read it after me. They would read it to a partner. We would whisper read it. We would read it like a robot. We would do all sorts of different ways in practicing reading this poem that by the end of the week, even if there were many words they couldn't decode at the beginning, they were basically fluent by the end. Poems have a natural rhythm that allows students' voices to rise and fall while they read naturally. So when students get to listen to you read the poems and then they hear themselves and their partners and the other classmates read the poems, they become more fluent as they read. These poems are something we would also keep in a poetry folder that we would always keep in our reading bins as well. So throughout the year, my students will have their own book bin where they switch out different books, and they also have this phonics poetry folder that they are allowed to read any time during that reading workshop block. They're allowed to go ahead and take it out and read through those poems if they want to. Tip number 3 is to read and reread short phonics passages. Now, I wanted to say short passages because it can be really helpful for students to practice their fluency on a much shorter piece of work. Instead of giving them, a big 10-page book, have them practice these short little passages. These are ones here, let me insert a couple pictures of some of my read and illustrate phonics passages. And I made these for students to be able to take the phonics patterns that we are learning and practice decoding them. Now, there's 2 different levels. There's a level where students can go ahead and just read a sentence and then illustrate what the sentence says. And there's also one that has an entire paragraph that students can read through, find that phonics pattern, and go ahead and illustrate. The illustration part, of course, is the part where they are really checking for their comprehension. So if students are able to read it fluently, then they can understand what the passage is saying, and they'll be able to illustrate that in the picture box. Those read and illustrate passages are something I made a few years ago. I actually have some free ones that you can try that all focus on long vowels with silent E on the end. Here's what that cover looks like, and I will link this down in the description. But I also want to share that I've come up with some shorter ones that are like beginning readers, and we are talking about beginning reading comprehension checks that are digital. So here's a little video of how that works. It's something that I just created a few weeks ago that you can use in Seesaw and or Google Classroom, and there's also a printable version as well. Just like the other one, students would go ahead and read a much shorter passage than the other version, and they would actually read it through 3 times to practice their fluency. They would answer 2 basic comprehension questions, and then there's actually a spot in the digital version for them to go ahead and drag over the illustration that matches what happened in the passage. It's just a really fun and interactive way for students to not only practice some phonics skills, but they again are practicing their fluency, and also checking for their comprehension. Tip number 4 is to model fluency. Now that might seem obvious and it might think, wait a second, I'm doing that all the time, but I want you to really try to focus on your fluency as you're reading aloud to the class. Now you'll probably have some pretty direct lessons on fluency and what that might sound like when reading aloud, but even when you're not directly teaching students what fluency is, you still want to emulate that throughout your read aloud. So when you're reading, you want to make sure that you sound like you're having fun. You want your voice to match the text. If there's characters' voices and they're being silly or they're being angry, whatever it is, you want to show your students that you're having fun reading that book and that you're also understanding what it's saying. You are not reading too fast, you're not reading too slow, you're, reading the punctuation. Every time you go ahead and model that for your students, you're showing them what proper reading and what fluency looks like. Now, usually after I go ahead and read a book aloud to the class, I will ask if there's anyone who wants to take it with them for their independent reading time and practice reading the book the way I did. Now, again, even if they can't read the words, they do like to go ahead and reread the book and they reread the pictures. So it's a great retelling thing anyway. But if your student is able to go ahead and read those words, you'll often find that they read it just like you did. They read it with their voices going up and down, and they add their own character twists. It's a lot of fun. And tip number 5 for promoting reading fluency is to use readers' theater. Partner plays and reading theater is one of my favorite things to do with the class, and the class usually finds it to be a lot of fun. Now, I usually use these partner plays a few times throughout the year, and I will do it when I am explicitly teaching about fluency. So when I'm telling them that their voice needs to, not be too fast, not be too slow, they need to reread their work many times before they read it aloud. This is a perfect time to kind of practice and teach what fluency looks like and sounds like in your classroom. So when I'm doing readers theater in the classroom, I usually give them their poems on the Monday, and I let them know that throughout the week, we're going to carve out some time. I usually carve out about 15 minutes at the end of my reading workshop block. And every single day that week, they are going to practice reading their lines from their partner play or their reader's workshop script. So they will practice those lines over and over and over until they can read it fluently and they can read it with expression and things like that. I also love Reader's Theater because, of course, at the end of the week, we put on our little performances and students get to practice their speaking skills as well as their listening skills. And just one other tip about Reader's Theater is that usually after anybody kind of gives any presentation or reads something in my classroom, we will always do a compliment and or feedback that the class can give. But for this one specifically, I always make sure my students give a compliment or some feedback about the student's fluency. So they can share a specific example about they really love the way that so-and-so said that line. They thought it was really funny or something like that. So that is just another fun thing for Reader's Theater. In terms of where I find my reading theater scripts, there are quite a few if you just go ahead on Google and search, but for K through 2.
So I think you got a vast knowledge after watching it. You can see like how much you have to sacrifice, understood, when you are doing teaching for young kids, right? So you can do wonders actually. If you are ever ready to do, of course you can do wonders. So this is what I wanted to show you from that. And still there are loads of material available. So you can take those materials as well when you are doing your teaching with children. So I mean like research and find things. Okay, not only what we give, start researching and proceed with your work is my advice. So students, let's look at here, methods for teaching reading here, 3 different methods, sound, letter and syllables. So the phonic method is based on the relationship between the letters and sound. Children learn to match letters and sound such as k, at, cat. Then what is that? B, like outside say, ba. Then father is in Izulu. That is the word in their language. This method is sometimes called the bottom-up approach. So you call this as a bottom-up approach. So because it starts with small units and builds towards a bigger picture of a reading. So it folds children become aware of the sounds that the letter or pair of letter makes, phonics, and appreciating how these fit together to make sound within the word's phonic awareness. So for instance, if you say letter A, we say this is A. We know capital A and simple A, but you pronounce it as A. Then letter B comes, you know this is letter B, this is simple B, but you know the difference of B and capital, but you pronounce even though B, the sound phonic, it's come, phonetics, it's like B, that is the, so here letter C comes, capital and simple you will be teaching the students, you will be saying, okay, this is letter C, but when it comes to pronunciations, we will be pronouncing it as like K, like K. Okay, so K, then they know A, then this is T, you know, then you call this is T, but you pronounce them as ut. You will be saying the students to pronounce it like T, likewise. Then K, A, ut. Then the students definitely will be able to make their own reading. So that is what, from the very beginning with infants, you will be doing that that system, right? So you will be learning, I think in your this particular program, this HND program, they will teach you and you will know some more with the other lecturers as well. So students, when it comes to here, the method is important because it enables young children sound out. It helps the children to sound out written words that they do not recognize, even if they don't understand the meaning of the word. As a teacher, you need to know which words are represented by the letter in the language you are teaching. Now you must have to have the alphabet. In front of the alphabet, you get that sound, apple, like A. Then you would say, this is letter A, simple A, capital A. This is, you pronounce it A. Just give me some words. Then the kids would say apple, ant, and angry sometimes. Whatever you can't even draw, they give you some verbs also. Okay, shall we have some angry faces? I just imagine your mommy scolded you, so you are a little angry. Maybe your brother is angry. How does he show it to your mama? Let's look at that. You see, lovely activities you can do in the classroom. So that is you can be a real narrator. It should be come from your heart. I mean, like the methods, every method is not given to you all. You have to think. You have to think intrinsically what will be. So nobody has asked me to use this technique to teach you all now. So with my experience, with my knowledge, with my educational, which knowledge which I took. So I am the one, I thought, okay, this will be the methods to teach. Otherwise, there is no proper method. There are so many methods. Maybe another lecturer would do better than what I'm doing. So that is what you understand. If you feel, okay, that is the nice method, you make use of it. So for instance, for y'all also in the classroom, if you are going to start a new nice work today, get maybe 2 minutes video, find a 2 minutes video for them. Then he tell them today, I'm going to tell them tomorrow, you know, not tomorrow what you're going to do. So by the time they are going, give them lots of hopes. Then they will like to come to your school also, eager to come. They will, you know, even when they go to sleep also, they would say, tomorrow our teacher is going to show the life cycle of the butterfly. She has a video, mommy. She's going to show it to us. You know, children are so inquisitive. You must arouse that. So it is up to you. It is your capacity. You know, it is your commitment. So what will happen? Students will coming and they also among themselves will be discussing, you know, today we are going to watch that. Maybe somebody who didn't come yesterday also would say, you know, you didn't come yesterday. No, so today our teacher is going to do a nice job for us. We are going to watch a small video about and the child will come ask from your teacher, is that true? You are going to show us. You see? That's kind of things are happening. So that's very interesting, very lovely. Do not just them to be like quiet. You must make them to be, you know, interacting, reading and, you know, listening and understanding and speaking everything. So as a teacher, you need to know which sounds. Okay, I told you. So you have to have, even from today itself, think of the alphabet, pronounce. Everything is there available in Google. So you can find, research, learn. I told you even yesterday. Clear? Whenever you come across with a difficulty, don't stagnate in one place. If you can get help from a lecturer, ask from them. Lecturers will definitely help you. The lecturers are there. Even if you among yourself, you can talk each other fine. Do like that. Okay, that is the way of learning. So here it says these combinations are not the same in all languages. The phonics method required a child to learn what sounds are represented by individual letters, such as apple and ball, and combination of letters such as th, and q, like, you know, how to pronounce these. There is a way of pronouncing in order to read words. Teachers usually begin by teaching single sound, simple words. Normally in a Montessori class, that is the method. That is the way we start. So this approach can be useful and fun when it is embedded in rhyming. Having here predicting rhyme words and syllables in strong predictor of reading. You can use rhymes, you know, like if you want to say there's a rhyme, you know, run, oh, what fun. You know, it's a kind of a poem, but it's also a rhyme. You can make it as a rhyme and you can make it as a poem also, you know, run, oh, what fun, out of doors, in the sun, like, you know, nice things are there. Okay. And syllables come, students, when we are pronouncing a word. Just look at this word, predicting word, how many syllables it has. See the number of times we break in when we are breathing. We don't do it. We don't, it comes automatically, you know, predict. 3 syllables are there. We break into predicting. That's how you are pronouncing words. So that is the syllables. Now, even for you, if you get a difficulty in pronouncing, get 2 words, then go for 3. Now, pre. Then is, there's no id, you can't pronounce them, then you get as pre, then pre, then d, uk, then ting. Okay, then you can say dick as a 1 word, pre as a 1 word, ting as a 1 word, then predicting. You circle and see, write that word in your book now quickly, predicting, predicting. I'm asking you to write it. Write it quickly now and circle it, predicting. So how do you get predicting? How many syllables are there? So you can see now it has 3 syllables: PREDICTING, come, PRE pre, DIC one, then TING another one. So likewise, predicting, it has 3 syllables. So clear to you now? I will ask some other words also to give some syllables after that. So predict of reading. For instance, if the child sees the certain words sound similar and have similar spelling, he or she not have to sound each out. So what will be happen here? Look here now. Sir adder sad, then m adder mad, b adder bad, then GLAD, are there? How's they pronounce? G, l, ad, then glad, d, ad, dad, her, ad, had. So that is the way. So end, len, sense, pen, friend, likewise, okay, whatever. This is their language. So group of words like this called word families. You have to know the word families. Once the children have discovered a word family, you can write it on the chart paper and put it on the wall. I told you, every day when you are doing something new, as an active teacher, put them on the wall. Hang some posters what you are going to teach, because when they see, psychologically it says, it goes and writes in their memory. Now you can remember the videos what I taught you from the very beginning to up, if you close your eyes for a while and think. Won't you remember the things what you, I mean, like you see what a lot you have gained within, I think I was with you only for 10 days, right? I was with you only for, but see the knowledge you grab have taken now. So there are lots of things that you have learned, and also there are lots of inquisitiveness comes to you. You feel like I want to learn these things, you know, things come up. Like other day, Malshi said she got some books from her, somebody relative from New Zealand. Yeah. So because she was eager to that. So likewise, they can download some books and send to you. Good books are there available. Get it now. I mean, from the very beginning, I sent you two books now. So from my end, that is enough for you. I can send you more books, but you must start searching. It is up to you. When the spoon is there, when you go for a party, nobody's coming to serve, no, when it is a buffet. Isn't it? It is up to you. You know what I'm eating, what I don't eat. Unnecessary things don't take. Only the necessary documents you take. Clear to you? So you must be able to understand now. So because you have completed this particular this thing, we were talking about the language, communication and literacy. I think you have a very vast knowledge with regard to language, communication and literacy now. Yes or no, Shoshadi?
Yes, a lot. Actually, yeah, when the things that we find also like in Google and all that, it's a lot actually. I never thought of it, it's in this way, but it makes sense. Everything is like a building block, I think. You need all of it, all the aspects we spoke about. You know, everything has its own place in literacy in a child.
That's what I told you. Suppose now you know how to search, you know, now you know, earlier you didn't have any knowledge with regard to it. So I have opened your, you know, and ears and eyes and your brain. Okay, now it's open. Now what you have to do, you have to go. You have a torch in your hand. You haven't taken the torch, you will be walking along the road now. So take the torch, keep it in your hand, walk along the road until you find whatever you are searching for. Until you find, search. That is learning. That is what. Clear? So Arusia, what can you say?
Yes, that means I learn a lot that I didn't expect this much of we will learn. That means normally reading, writing mean we will know, but in that there are lots of things we need to learn. Then only we can teach the children. So I learn a lot. So that's it.
Very good, excellent. Malshi, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we have vast knowledge about that. It means we learn to know some, we want to know some research and all. We used to search in website and all. I think actually it's like a thirsty that we need to know so many things more than that, I think.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Very good. You have to, you should have, you feel like you have a thirsty. Excellent. Yeah. Very good. The good vocabulary you used. Very good. Excellent. Yes, Subhani, what do you say?
In language and literacy, that session, I learned in little things, the small things, how affect the children. I get that little things so clearly I learn.
Exactly. Very good. Yes. Yes. Tilanka.
I learned the theories and everything, and theories and a lot about our day-to-day. When we move with children, we use them normally, but I learned theories and how to handle them.
Yes, very correct. Very good. Excellent. Yes, Chayatri, you were with us only for a few days now. So what your idea?
Yes, madam, I learned a lot of things. It looks very simple sometimes, but it's affect very much to children. So it's like a simple, but it gives a very good lot of effects to children, I think.
Very correct. Very correct. So you all everybody gave the answers, are very good answers. You see, now you know, you have understood about these things. So you have learned a lot. So without your knowledge, all these things has happened. You know, all these things have happened. Otherwise, you will not be able to give an answer like this. Very good. I'm so proud about everybody. Well done. Good. Okay. So let's move here. Group of words like our whole world, family. Once the children had discovered the word family, you can write it on the paper and put it on the wall. As time goes on, you can add to the word families on your wall. So you can do, right? Whenever a new word comes, add it, put it. Likewise, children also will remind you, teacher, shall we put that word on the wall paper? That is how they are better than you one day. You can understand. They are like real grandparents sometimes. You know, that is because they're so enthusiastic, so interested in learning. That is what they will not even let you finish until you finish that work actually. So that is the nature. So you must make your classroom in that manner. So that's mean, you know, my kids love me. They like to come learn from me. I'm doing something good to the children. So this should be from your heart. You should understand, right? And word families and words with repeated sound and syllables are often found in songs, chants, rhymes, and riddle familiar to children. So you all are normally in this baby classes, you do this. In the Montessori early childhood, we do those. They are a separate, so every alphabet. I also have a book actually when I was doing this particular, this program when I was a young girl. Okay, I also had the book. I had a separate book for songs, for rhymes, and poems. Everything I had. I was a person. I was collecting things. Even if when I go to those for my observation photo schools, like I look at the walls and I quickly jot down things. I had a separate book actually. I was a person, I was, trying to get things. Even they had done some nice things on the wall. I take it down, like to do something. So likewise, that is the way of learning. You get from people and you can do a better than that. Even if you are getting something from me today, you can do a better job tomorrow than me I'm doing here today. You understand? So the rhythms and up and down tone songs and chants can help children to remember words and to read them more easily when they are written down. So when you do some tongue twisters, I hope you also can remember when you were a young child, you were doing that she sells seashells in the seashore. You can remember that kind of a thing we were doing. You see what is she and sells and sells. So different, but the pronunciation, it comes like synonym. Okay, but the writing part is different. Understand? So likewise. So let's watch this also. I think this is a kind of a 2 minutes job.
Monica, I just sent you the email with the client
I'm in
notes.
Doc now, but I think it's an older version. Can you send an updated?
Monica, check.
Before we begin, it is very important to say what teaching reading is not. If a teacher goes into a classroom and asks children to open their books and read a text, there is no teaching going on. She is testing the pupil's ability to read. Similarly, many teachers believe that pupils should read texts aloud before they begin to answer questions on the text. And reading aloud is a very common practice in the classroom, but it is wrong for 3 reasons. Firstly, reading is a skill which is silent. So we should be promoting silent reading in the classroom. Secondly, reading aloud puts a child into a very exposed position because she is standing up and reading aloud in front of her peers. And if she makes a mistake, then she will feel bad. So this is the second reason why reading aloud is not good practice. And the third reason is that it is possible to read aloud without understanding what we are reading. So how do we teach reading? The first thing we have to do is prepare the children for the text they are going to read. In Oxford Gateway Reader 3, Lesson 17, there is a poem by Tagore. It involves a child who cannot understand why you cannot just catch the moon in your hands because it looks so small. It is very important to establish the idea of perspective, that something far away looks very small, but the same thing up close looks much bigger. You can see this is done in the text by offering 2 pictures. There is a picture of a cat in front of the house, and because the cat is far away, it looks very small. Then there is another picture with the cat much closer, so that it looks very big. Its head is covering half the house. So once the children have looked at this, they are then in a position to understand the concept which is in Tagore's poem, and it will make understanding the text that much easier. This is the purpose of the pre-reading task. So the first way of preparing the children or scaffolding the reading process is through visuals. And particularly in the early books, the teacher should discuss the pictures that accompany the text before starting reading. Another way of preparing children to read is by getting them to think of some of the vocabulary items that are likely to appear in the text. In Oxford Gateway Reader 3, Lesson 9, the story is about a circus coming to town with a very special elephant. In order to prepare the children for reading the story, the pre-reading activity is, have you ever been to a circus? What things might you hear at a circus? List 5 things. What things might you see? List 5 things. Here we are trying to elicit in advance some of the key words that the children will meet in the text itself. The pre-reading activity can be made much more effective if the children are encouraged to discuss their answers in pairs or in small groups before answering the questions in the class. This provides them with the possibility to interact and improve their fluency, and it also helps build up the confidence of some children who might be less willing to speak aloud. It is even better if the teacher asks the pupils to note down some of their answers as they are performing the task. In this way, the teacher can walk around the classroom and see very easily which groups are performing the tasks simply by looking at the writing that they have done. As regards the reading itself, it is important that the children learn to read texts silently and efficiently, and we recommend the following procedure. First, the teacher reads the text aloud slowly and clearly, while the class follows silently in their books. Second, then the teacher asks the pupils to read the text again silently, and then complete the first post-reading question, read-write question 1, working in pairs or small groups. Thirdly, the teacher then goes over the answer with the pupils. Fourthly, the teacher then proceeds through the other questions, read-write questions 2 onwards, in the same way. If appropriate, at the very end, the teacher can ask pupils to read the text aloud once they have completed all the questions and are very familiar with the text, in order to find specific bits of information. It is important that the children learn to begin how to summarize a story or a poem, to say what the story or poem is about. There is always a question which asks them to choose the sentence that best summarizes the story or poem. And such repeated practice is necessary if we want to build up the skill of summarizing.
So that's what I also asked from y'all. I'm also asking you to summarize what you learned and to give a little feedback, you know, things like that also happening, because I want to monitor whether you all also working hard. Okay, you all also young in front of me, you all are also like young kids to me, no? So that is what clear. So that's I have to also use that technique strategies when I'm also teaching you. So do remember so how much you have to do. Yes, anything, anybody? Yes, yes, Malcolm.
I send you a message.
Okay, ma'am. Yes,
yeah, Tilanka told me that she has some network problem.
Oh, I see.
She will come, I think.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I saw the message now already. Thank you so
Now
much.
it's okay, madam.
Wonderful, darling. Okay, you missed the video, I think, but doesn't matter. The link is there. Watch it at home. Okay, watch them again and again. That's good. Right, wonderful. So read the following poem aloud once, and then ask 2 children to come to front and act the parts. Once the children were familiar with the rhythm of the rhyme, write it on the board. So how would you say? Look at this one here. A fat cat sat on the mat. The fat cat saw a rat. The fat cat jumped for the rat. The rat ran away. So use these letters, sound, and syllables approach to help children read first words. So you have to say, a fat cat sat on the mat. The fat cat saw a rat. The fat cat jumped for the rat. The rat ran away. So when you do, you can use, you know, it's a lovely thing, you know, 3-letter words are there, most of they can practice. Sometimes there are particular words you cannot pronounce them, like W, like, you know, how do you pronounce letter W? Like when you want to say Y, then how do you pronounce it? W as Y. Then how you get V, like how do you pronounce letter V? Letter V, how do you pronounce? You pronounce letter V as V. This W, you round your lips and say W. That's how. V is like low, you bite your lower lip and pronounce like V. This is, you will be round your lips and say W. So, you understand? So, likewise, okay? Kind of a practice you also can do so with the children. Okay, point into C, ask what sound it makes. Working with one child who raises their hand, ask them sound out rest of the words. K, then k, at. Then move on to the next word. Asking one child sound it out as it, f, at, a fat. Then ask if one can tell her what the next word says. Likewise, the children will jump up and down and say. Some children will not even allow the others to do because they are so talented, like gifted children in the class. So, you know, enthusiastic. So they will do. So that also you have to be careful, right? You know, everybody should be given a chance, no? So that also you have to attend to that as well. So a child volunteer sat, then points to mat and rat. Different children read the words, ask the class, what is the same word, the same about these words, writing them in a column on the board. one under of the other. Children respond that they all end with at. Point to the word so and help them to sound it out. So then ask someone to mime it. I told you, ask them to mime that. Meaning points to the word jump, to clap its sound. Though ask them to, okay, now let's everybody get together, jump in the classroom. So let's jump. Then jumping with 2 legs, no. Then they don't know what is hop then. That's going to be another problem, hopping. So in the meantime, teach them that verb as well, hop. Students, when we want to hop, you lift one leg up. You are hopping only one leg. So hop, hop, hop. So we do jump and hop. Now children know it very well. They know how to pronounce. They have done even in the poem. So when they go home also, they will know what is the differentiate between jump and hop. So they will do at home also, Mama, this is the way to jump. This is the way to hop. And the other one is clapping. So let's say, okay, when I say 1, 2, 3, everybody will give a big clap like 1, 2, 3, likewise. So do that as likewise, it is up to you. All right. And ask someone to mime its meaning. All the time, do when you are doing something, a new word, ask them to some activity so they can mime. No, ask them to mime it. If a noun, get that. If a noun, so bring that material and show real materials in the classroom to the children. If it is a crown, if you can bring a crown and show this is the crown. Right. Likewise, I told you the other day, kind of a way, teach the real situation should be happen with the children. It's not like with y'all, no, y'all are adults, matured, you know, and when I say, you will even go and watch it. You will go and buy something when I say, but the kids, they don't know. No. So they are inside the box. I told you always, okay, to let them think out of the box now. Right? You are the person helping them to think out of the box. So then read the rhythm, rhyme with the whole class in chorus. Children do this few times. Now ask 2 children to dramatize the rhythm while a volunteer reciting. One plays the part of the cat, the other part the rat. In this way, able readers to get the chance to read it on their own. Okay, allow several, typing mistake here. It should have a, let me finish that as well. Okay, 2 words, okay. Allow several pairs of children to do this. You understand? So that is how you will be doing the pair works. When you're practicing, you can understand all these things in the class. So place letter cards in packets. Some of the letters are single letters like B, K, F, H, M, P, R, S. And one card has at, in the one particular card, you put at together. It's at preposition. Ask the children to work in pairs. Children take it in turns to draw out letter and put it in front of at. Then the person draws out the letter, reads the word and puts the letter back. Then the other partner has a turn. Then when they have been playing this game for 5 times, let one pair show the class to how they do it. You understand? Likewise, you can put those cards inside the one particular pocket, and everybody is given everybody is given equal material. So you will be doing this activity. You can make so many activities with the students. Understood? So let's this video as well.
Two or three spoken syllables into words.
Autumn, I'm going to give you 2 parts of a word. You're going to... We are going to work on syllables. Is it letter sound? And some letter sounds.
Reading expert Linda Farrell has helped thousands of children across the country. Today she'll be working one-on-one with Autumn, who is in kindergarten at Windy Hill Elementary School in Calvert County, Maryland. Ms. Farrell will be helping Autumn with the pre-reading skills that have to do with sounds, what's known as phonological awareness. Autumn needs to understand that most words are composed of individual sounds, like k, a, and t. And then she needs to learn how to combine those sounds to form a word, like cat. Ms. Farrell starts by seeing if Autumn can blend 2 or 3 spoken syllables into words.
Autumn, I'm going to give you 2 parts of a word, and you're going to tell me what the word is. Watch this. Table. Table.
Computer. Computer. You're so good, I can't even teach you that. You already know syllables. Autumn was a master at that. She could do that beautifully. The next level is onset rhyme. And that means, can you take the first part of the word, everything before the vowel sound, and then take the vowel sound and everything after, and put those together and make a word. So that would be alt. What's the word? All right. Let's talk about first sounds. This is a bat. Is the first sound. This is a ball. This is hat. This is mouse. House. Mop.
Miss Farrell is making sure that Autumn can isolate the first sound in a word, what's called the onset. If Autumn can do that consistently, then she's ready to start blending onset and rhyme.
Take. Wait. We are now going to put together two parts of the word again. I'm going to see if you can do this. Syllable. We just did syllables. We're going to do something called onset rhyme right now. Watch this. This is fun. What's this? What's this? Fun. What happens if I put it together? Fun. Let's try this one. Ache. Ache. Ache is this part. Watch me. What's this part? Ache. This is ache. Can you say ache? You point to each one. Ache. Ache. This part's ache. This part is ache. Watch this. Ache.
For a lot of children, blending onset and rhyme is much harder than blending syllables. And that makes sense, says Miss Farrell.
Syllables are very easy to hear. You can feel syllables. They have acoustic clues for you. Computer. They break cleanly. When I go and I do shirt, I don't really say shirt. I say shirt. It's one acoustic clue. Some people's brains just don't get that. Oh, break up a syllable into two parts, and we have to teach them. So the way we teach them is by taking the beginning, onset, and rhyme, and we ask them to blend it. Okay, you do it. Go. Make. Make. Okay. So what's this part? What's this part? Make. What's the word? Make. This one. Ick. Say ick. Ick.
Miss Farrell uses blank pieces of felt to represent each of the sounds. The felt helps Autumn think about parts of words and how she can blend them together, as she'll need to do once she's reading.
Okay. Let's do this. Touch it. Ick. Ick. Watch this. Ick. You're saying sit. Say sick. Sick. Okay, now what's the word? This is ick. Touch it, say. Sit. What was the word? Sit. Sit would be sit. We're going to try this a different way. We're going to go like this. Okay, let's try this. Go. Sit. Sit. Now, when we learn that children have trouble blending the first part of the word, onset, with the rest of the word, to small felt, that was onset, it would be ick. The big felt was ick. I moved those around, and I took the big part of the word and blended it with the small part of the word. So instead of sick, I tried to do sick. We're giving the child a sick. They can blend a continuant sound, a vowel is always continuant, into any consonant. Doesn't matter what consonant it is. So sick.
It's all part of a process of helping Autumn understand that words are made up of component sounds.
Let's do this one. Are you ready? Okay. This is rat. You do it. Rat. So, tell me the parts again. Rat. Rat. Should we try another one? Okay. Shaw. Strawberry. Strawberry starts with an S and shop starts with an S. Let's try this again. Okay, here we go. Autumn, as a pre-reader, is already exhibiting some signs of things we see in readers. And that is, she's a guesser. When she doesn't know an answer, she's very quick to just say something. What's sick? Sit. And she just wants to get there real quickly. And sometimes we think, well, is she really guessing? Or is she, oh my gosh, is she guessing? Or is she just really almost there? And then when she went, strawberry, that confirmed that she's just saying the first thing that comes to her mind. And she's tired. We've been working on the same skill for a while. And her guesses get less and less close to what the reality is. With many children, you'll see guessing happening, and we have to first break the guessing habit. Another thing that our routine would say, if you aren't sure of the answer, say, I need help. Because we want children to be confident of their answers, and if they're not, to ask us for help. Okay, got another one. You ready? Mop. Wait a minute. Mop. You touch each one and tell me the sound. Mop. Mop. Now go. Mop. 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 What's the word? Mop. Okay. I'm going to ask you something. If I showed you a picture right here, can you find that? Yes, it's right there. Say the word. Mop. It is. Show me the parts in mop. This is mop. Mop. Got it. Autumn was obviously still learning this. Sometimes she could do it, and sometimes she can't. We want to make sure that Autumn has mastered all the pre-reading skills before we ever ask her to read. Before we ask her to blend letter sounds, it into sit. If I had more time with her, I would have done about 5 words with her. This is move, do what I do, and try to get her brain just to feel what it feels like. What I do know is that Autumn will master onset rhyme. When she has that, because she will know beginning sounds and ending sounds, and she understands that you can break a syllable part, blending phonemes will not be difficult for her at all.
The key, says Ms. Farrell, is to give children the time they need to fully master each skill. That includes having the teacher model the skill and having students repeat what the teacher says. That reinforcement allows students a chance to gradually master a concept that initially might be hard.
In working with students like Autumn, who are so good at one level of a skill, and then at the next skill level need a lot of practice, it's important to remember that we're working incrementally. We don't go from what they know to what they don't know to what they don't know to what they don't know. We're always trying to stay in teaching on the verge of between what they do know and what they don't know. And keep their brains open to learning, which means I can learn, which is why I would go back to syllables and then move to something that's easy for her in onset rhyme and then get a little more difficult. So it's incremental. Autumn Autumn will be a reader. Are you ready to try one more? Okay. Soap. Soap. That was so fast. It's time for our lesson to end. So let's go back to class, okay?
We'd like to thank the wonderful students and families at Windy Hill Elementary School in Calvert County, Maryland. We hope that sharing these experiences will help other children who are learning to read. Special thanks also to Kelly Cleland, Julie Donovan.
Okay, so you saw that when the teacher want to do the reading stuff with the kids, she brought her to another place and did it. No, maybe she's a bit poor in reading. Might test that must be the reason teacher too. So that is the nature of teaching actually for young kids actually. When it comes to teaching, you take separately. You are not going to take the whole class. Maybe she's little poor in reading. So at that point, teacher, what she does, she takes, you see, she had enough materials, you know, and even the environment was very nice, no? The background, it was really nice. Even the earlier, that particular speaker who spoke, that one particular doctor, you know, I saw like the way he sat, the books were surrounded by, so that is how. So you all also can make up videos like that. Why not? I can do, but the thing is no time to do. I love to do such thing, but in future I will be doing. I really want to do something like that as well. I have done some videos. There are so many, I mean, like we have uploaded, it is from my university. So those YouTubes are there. A lot of, you know, I have recorded. Normally we go to this recording room. We have a studio there. Actually, they take us. So go and we record and then they upload it. So those materials are belongs to the university. But whenever the students, they do these lectures, according to that, we give the link, the students will see my videos. So likewise, I have some videos, not that I don't have, but you know, we were not that, you know, though we have the studio, I mean, like, you know, I mean, in a hurry, we go to do radio recording. Sometimes per day, I do about 6 recordings. Just imagine to do 6 recording within a day. You have to strain a lot, very tired, you know. Continuously you are doing till about 12 o'clock. Then again, I take my lunch and half an hour time. Then again, I will be starting my recording, the same dress code. Sometimes for 6 videos, same dress code. For another 6, same dress code. It goes on like that, but you have to prepare them nicely to get the audience attention. But people know whenever they watch my videos on that particular day only, she has done this thing because the same dress code is there. You understand? But likewise, you have to change. Even the background should change. You know, we have a nice library. If you can go and do it in the library, can't do because of the loud voice, you can't do, no. So that is the reason we go to this particular studio in the uni we have. So where we do everything in the, I mean, like we do it there. Everybody won't, yeah, all the lecturers won't do those things. There are certain, you know, myself, of course, I do certain, and likewise. So we do, that is the purpose is actually for the university, for that will help the students' education. But generally, you all also can do that kind of videos and you can even upload it to the YouTube. You know, there are wonders I told you that you can do. See, those people are matured ones, no? They are very elderly people. You see, with their experience, their knowledge, the number of research that they have done. So that's what you can do research, think of. Like when you are reading, when you are watching, you also want you come things to your mind now, yes? So your brain is open now. Right? So likewise, the teacher was also trying to open the brain of the child. The child, when they start reading, when you show the path, the child knows what to be done. Clear? Very interesting. So I was teaching you about this phonic awarenesses. Now you are very aware of it. So now you have to think of it. Make your own cards at home or collect some materials from now itself. As you are going for a teaching now, you know that, no? So when you are going for an interview, you can even show that, you see, this is the first thing I will be trying to do. But even in that particular Montessori, if it is MI, they will be having their own materials, but still your knowledge also can put into application there. Because you are having meetings, you are discussing, you know, everybody is the person who has higher knowledge will be the lead there. She will be telling, but she will respect your ideas as well. She has to respect, no, because you all are learning, you are updating your knowledge and going, no? So likewise, right? Anyway, very good. Okay, so as I promised you yesterday, I told that I'll be giving 10 minutes break to you, no, 10 or 15 minutes. So let's have your break now. Okay, let's come back. Now it's actually 10:25. So let's come back after 15 minutes. right? So take your little break and come. So don't decline from this thing. I believe you need, otherwise we have to go ahead till 12 o'clock, isn't it? So have a little break and come soon. Thank you. Okay, students, shall we start then? Hope you all are there. Yes. Good. Right. So where are the others? Yes. All right. Good. Okay. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Right. I can see everybody. Tiranka is there. Subhani. Okay. Good. All right. Good. Okay, students. So look at here. Now it says that phonemic awareness. Help HELP. Should be a typing mistake here. The children in her class to decode the words in the rhyme by sounding out the letters like atter, cat, atter, fat, and so on. Help them to understand the meaning behind the rhyme by asking them to dramatize it. The activity that help the children to hear the rhyming sound in all the words in the family. So in all of these activities, helping the children to sound that words are made up of basic speech sounds and play with these sounds. This is called phonemic awareness. Now you as teachers, you have to have the understanding of this. Phonemic awareness should be there now for the whole alphabet. So when children can hear and understand these sounds, children know when spoken words rhyme and they know when the words begin or end with the same sound. For example, they may learn away, play, stay, and stray and be able to recognize AY sound, A sound. Once they are familiar with initial strings such as st, STR and PL, then what will be, they can begin to put them together and decode new words. You saw that we using that empty two cards, how that particular presenter did that, you know, pushing the word and bringing then the childhood. It was empty cards. If you put the letters, then again, children will not be able to understand. So we are doing this phonics now, no? So phonemic we are doing. So when you are doing phonemic, what you must do is, that's the method of doing. Don't write anything, then the child will look at the card, the letters there. Will not be beginning like that when it comes to phonic. Naturally, it will come once you are doing the reading, they will know, this is how, this is the word, this is the letter. Because they know, they will, the students will identify, kids will. So here, phonemic awareness is very important for learning to read. But it is not enough children also to have to recognize the letters of the alphabet, alphabetic knowledge, and the sounds that those letters represent phonics. Give the children opportunity to recognize the letters and sounds by giving them letters to make new words ending at. By doing this, at, cat. You saw that how that presenter did it. So she used the k, then at, cat, but at, bat. You see, so that is why you are taking individually. Students take, then only you can identify the shortcoming. What is this child is lack of? All right. So by doing this, the children understood the relationship between spoken sound and the letters of written language. This helps children to read and write words. So I'm pretty sure now if you come across with a little baby, if you know about this phonic, okay, alphabetical knowledge, if you have, of course you can do this reading activities with the children. Clear? So phonemic awareness, alphabet knowledge, and the phonetic knowledge of individual sounds. Phonetic mean sounds, individual sounds, are all necessary for children to become literate. But they are not sufficient. The main goal is reading with the understanding other matters such as look and say. And learning experiences are ways of helping children to make meaning of words. So let's look at here method 2, look and say. The look and say method of teaching reading links whole words with their meaning without breaking them down into sound first. The meaning of the word and how it can be used in different contexts is very important. Children need to remember the shape and look of the word so that they recognize it. When they see it again, in other words, it relies on a child visual memory. When you say the bottle, next time when the child sees the bottle, he will remember that. It comes to his memory. Likewise, shape, it will come to his memory. So if the teacher only uses this method, your child may become lost if they do not recognize the words. That is also back again a problem, because this is because of this, effective teachers combine the phonemics method and look and say method when teaching reading. So you have to do that, look and say, and with the phonemic, combine with the phonemic method, right? So that is the way you will be doing reading with the children. So the look and say method is very useful for many words. Those whose spellings do not match their sounds, such as the, said, or when in English. When you are teaching a language that has a more regular sounds, symbol represent. Some words you cannot, according to these vowel sounds, when it's silence or when it is the consonants, okay, there are certain words. So you will not be pronounced. By looking at, students sometimes will do it. Okay, it is easy to match letters to sounds. Sounds and letters is most African languages are linked in more regular way, which makes it easier for children to learn to read using phonics. So made about 15 sets of 4 cards. Have about 15 sets of 4 cards, each of which has only the name of fruit with no picture. You will be writing the names in that particular card, but no picture. Then what do you do? Let's see. Okay. Then what we do? She holds the picture card, okay, up one by one. Make sure that the children know the names of the different foods, like banana. I will say banana, apple, pear, peach, mango. Then she shuffles the cards and holds them in different order. Letting the children chorus the name of the fruits. She repeats the name and spell out the words. Mango, mango. Then students will read, looking at that card. So she does this in a few times, encouraging the class to say it with her. So you ask the children to do it with you again and again, so many times. Encourage them, ask the children to help to do it. Even if you take a group as a group activity also, you can do this thing. Okay, let's look at this. Is this teacher then uses a set of cards without pictures and lets children put up their hands and try to read the words. She says, okay, who can do this thing? Raise your hands now. Okay. She does not break down the name of the fruits into sounds. Children have to read words as a whole. She goes back to the picture words once or twice and then tries the cards without pictures again. Then she sticks the cards with pictures and words on her English word wall. Then what we do? Then the banana, then she will put the picture here. The children know. Then what you can do after that? So if you want to do an activity, ask the children to match. You will be writing the names of the fruits on your left side. Draw the pictures on the other hand, right? So let them match. They will do. Those are the activities that you can do, right? So you can do their writing, you can improve their reading, you can improve their speaking, you can do the listening. All 4 skills can improve at the same time. So then she divides the class into pairs. Each pair has a set of 4 cards. They try to read them, turning them over one by one and reading them to each other. They try to read them without looking at the word wall first, but if they stuck, they can get help by looking at the wall, because the things on the wall also, by looking at the picture, you can can even recall. So pairs can exchange this set of cards with another pair once they can read them well without looking at the word wall. So you have to understand how to do some activities. This is just an activity. I wanted to put it also like you to understand. That's what you make use of this. Okay. So after this, this particular teacher can ask the children about different kind of foods. What other kinds of food do you know? Now you can start making. What are the fruits that you like to eat? And just tell me the other fruits that you know. Just tell me, okay, what is the color? See, you see how you bring now them into that. You are bringing now talking about the colors also. What a lot of activity you can do with the children. That's what I'm telling. So what color is a banana? So what color is an apple? Then children will say, some would say green, others say, then there will be again a debate also. Others are fighting for green, one will be fighting for red. Because maybe the red who has, some people read only red, the parents won't bring green. So people sometimes eat green, they don't eat, so there's a conflict. So you can say as the teacher, yes, there are green apples as well red apples. Likewise, then you have to show, you have to ask them to bring real. So make it as another activity, as a real practice. When there is a problem, you have to clarify that doubt with the children. So make it as an activity back again. So for one particular day, you will ask your parents, send a letter saying, I want your kids to have with their snack a piece of apple. So they send the note, they will send it. Send, okay, so when you send it, they will send you. So everybody will be having apples on that particular day, so they can see the color and all inside and the seeds. Sometimes parents will remove the seeds. If you write they are not to remove the skin of the apple. Also don't remove the seed. You have to write, otherwise parents don't know the message. So that's what. So how do you eat banana? Okay, that also you have to ask from them. Do you eat it with a cover or do you need to peel it? So I have to ask likewise. The children know. So can let them talk in pairs about fruits that they know, and once they like the best, then they can repeat back to the class about their favorite food. So they say, okay, you know, this is my favorite food, eat watermelon. Because I like it, because inside it's red. That is why I like. Children say so. They like because of the color, you know. Somebody would say, I mean, like, I like grapes, you know, because I like that color. Purple is my favorite. So I like grapes a lot, likewise. So using sentence, the teacher gives them, I like to eat what? Bananas. As they say their sentence, they hold up the word. So then what you would? You can have a nice card, everything written in that particular board, put a stick and ask them to lift and to say, okay, now teacher is lifting. Okay, what is this board now? Look at, I like to eat bananas. Okay, the board is there. Now children will start reading the sentences. You see how you started from phonic to a sentence? You understand? Onset reading, you saw that? So that's what it's happening, right? You see what a lot you have to do. Okay, let's look at here the method 3, language experience approach. The language experience approach focuses on children's experience and enables them to read about their own life in their own words. Skills for reading are based on their knowledge of the language they are using and on their home and community backgrounds. The people they know and the experience they have. Children work with whole words and sentences rather than letters and parts of words. It allows children to speak before they read and write. So you know what will be happening before they come for a real reading practice, as you have told them very methodically, as you have given everything in methodically. So now it's very easy for them. Once they get the textbook to your hand, it will not be difficult for them to read it. You see how you have brought them up to that level. If you took a textbook and started reading everything, you will be a real miss. So the improvement of the child, okay, with their experience, okay, with their improvement, okay, all these things happen. Development with the development of that also will happen. So that is what the development of brain also will happen when you provide this in a proper sequence manner. Do things in a sequence manner. You go 1, then 2, then 3. It goes like that, goes on. Don't start with 10 to 1. You don't do no. So likewise, use these proper methods. Okay, here the approaches consist of the following. What are the approaches? One is experience. So children do many things at home and at school, usually with other people. Description. Children talk about what has happened to them, to each other, and or to the teacher, or the teacher or the class. Number 3, transcription. Children write about the experience they have described before their writing skills have developed. You see now? They can draw or try out writing, or the teacher can write down what they want to say. So reading, the children read what they have written to the whole class or to a part of the class. You see how you brought now, even imagine now if you get a child who is at the age of 2.5. Yes, for a 2.5 child student, you can start writing now. At the moment the child comes to the class, you will not be doing no. So hope you can. I have been teaching you how to do those activities no. How do you like to improve their fingertips? There were some kind of activities I showed you last week also. I send you those things. So I think you can develop their fingertips first. So that's how gradually, by the time 3 years, they have come to some level. Then 3.5, of course, at the age of 4, they will do a good oracy and of course the phonics and will aware. By the age of 2.5, they will jolly well read a very good book as well. So it is up to you now. If you can take the challenges, right? So you can, bring a nice kid. You can, have beautifully, the students have developed due to your proper guidance. So you have to guide them properly. So that is the most essential. Not only you are listening to me, not only you are learning from me, okay, not that. So your more objective of this learning is you have to put it into practice in front of kids, children, young, okay, early childhood children. So now you must be thinking, you have to think whether I am in a process to do that. I can do, yes, I will be doing like this. So that's what according to theories, think critically. So that's what I told you, read my PowerPoints more than 5 times, at least 5 times. I told you to make it as a book. Make it as a book. Take all these things, download. And if you want to put everything in the way you wish, take the wordings and put it as a one particular, I don't know, it's up to you. If you want to take them as a PPTs as it is, PowerPoints format, take it and make a small booklet. You can have 10 booklets, 11 booklets for all 11. It is up to you. That will be forever for your lifetime. You can read them, you can see. Even the links are there, so you can even go and find like whatever. So when the links are there, put all the links into one particular folder and keep the links. So then and there you also can watch now. When you are free, watch. When you feel like you are maybe okay, watch it. So ask children to talk about what they did the day before. Each child given a chance to talk. Ask them to draw a picture of what they have told the class and to write a sentence under the picture. You understand now? See? Not difficult. I have, of course, experienced this kind of children. I told you for my when I was doing my early childhood and primary, I got the experience. So that's what I told you. You all are lucky because you have vast knowledge now. With this knowledge, you can really climb up. You can look back and say that I have done these, I have learned these, I have the experience. You can even be a very good early childhood lecturer in the future. You understand? It's up to you. When you get some few degrees, okay, becoming a lecturer is not difficult. It is up to you. There are some of our students now, they are performing as lecturers. They are our junior students, but they are performing now as lecturers. So when they come for interviews, I'm also there in the board. So I select them, whenever they are good, I select. There are some, they not perform well, then you can't select, no. But there are certain of a particular student of mine now working with me. She's my junior, she's supporting for my lectures. I have given her one particular day for that particular, what she's doing only one particular subject. After that, she will learn. She's working hard. She's doing a good job. She says all the time, Madam, I always look at you, the way you lecture. I want to be a fellow of you. I say, no, you can do better than that one day. But she does the same way, the way I do. I mean, like talking to the students, everything. I mean, like, because I do her evaluations, you know, I evaluate our lecturers. So her things are also coming to me. So physically, we used to go and I used to go to the lecture halls to watch how the lecturers are teaching. But now, of course, I'm getting recorded stuff. So I observe the way she does it. I told one day to her, you are just doing like, yes, madam, every single minute when I start, I remember you, I keep you on my mind and I do my lectures accordingly. There she says that because the way you lecture, it was so, you know, fascinated and I mean, like such a way I like. So that is what I wanted to be a role model of yours. So I'm really glad now, you know, I know such, but there are some other students also we have selected. So they be working as juniors. So in future, there are places they will be asking for juniors. So I can help you, you know. So it is up to you. I don't know. If you don't have it, the qualification with the knowledge, so you can climb up. That's what I told you. So we will not be lecturing every day. I told you, no, we will get out from this profession. You know, I am very fed up now doing and very, you know, I want to do some other things. I want to help people. I want to do counseling and I want to do some research. I want to do something for the whole world, you know, making some, I mean, recordings kind of a thing. Those are my wishes now. So I think it's enough for me. So you all are the people who will be the future leaders in lecture field now. So it is up to you now. I told you I started my teaching career from very young age, okay, while I was doing my degrees. So I was working for 2 particular degrees. I'm sure now this SLF have so many degree programs. They have PhDs also, Lincoln, education PhD. So if you can do particular 2 programs together, try to do that. Talk to them. I don't know, it's up to you if you have the strength to do. I myself, of course, I have done like that. When I was doing from one particular university, I went to do something from another university as well. So I worked continuously for, you know, for two universities. Otherwise, how can you do? Like for me, when I was doing my ATCL, this is from Trinity, London, you need to spend about 2 years for that particular degree. Understood? And then I did my LTCL. It takes about 3 years. Just imagine if you count number of years, even my age is, I mean, it will not enough. So what I did was when I was doing my Bachelor of Science, okay, in education, I was doing that at Trinity, London, together, 2 universities. So this is how I did it. Then I was doing my Masters, I was doing my LTCA with them together. It's happened. The PhD doing, of course, very difficult because you have to be in the university, you know, continuously. We can't work. If it is a full time, it's a government, it's like that. Private, you can do anything. I was, you know, I was in the University of Colombo for 3 years continuously doing without doing my job also. We are not permitted to do the jobs because you get the holiday to do the studies, you know. But here Lincoln, they have the PhD. Some of our lecturers also wanted to do PhD from this SLF. So don't worry, SLF is a very nice organized place in the country. So do that, very recognized, you know. I'm also very proud to be a lecturer at SLF in one hand. And you tell your friends also to do. And if you also can do some other, there are lots of programs they have, huh? Lot of programs they have. I saw. Very recently, I went to their this thing. So there I found lot of. So I thought I must tell you also. So anyway, it's up to you. They have separate English programs, education. They have some other IT. They have PhDs. They have masters. Lots of lovely programs. Very lovely. So there are so many things. So if you feel you can do 2 things together, when you are coming to a conclusion of this one, talk to this people. They are very nice people. I think your madam, she's a very nice lady. So she talk to her and get the information from them. They will help you. Clear? Good. So when they have finished, each child shows the picture. to the partner and reads the sentence they have written. Then two pairs exchange pictures. Each pair reads the two pictures in front of them and words written on the 2 pages. So that is how the development is happening. So teaching children is not difficult now. You know theories. I have explained you everything nicely given to you. More than more than I have given to you. So with that knowledge, even tomorrow you can start working in a early childhood school for sure. With this knowledge, you can jolly well can go and say, maybe some teachers will not have the knowledge, but to have, which you have taken up to now. Okay, so this particular teacher asked the children to return to the pictures to their own honors. Each child comes to the front, shows their picture, reads their picture sentence to the class. So what they do now, they have the picture, let's read it. Then class applause, they give a big applause. So each child's work. So that is what you have to reinforce the students. You get them to clap. The rest of the kids like it very much. Not like us. Even we like, no. In a big gathering, if somebody gives you a big applause, you get a little, they are so happy. That's nature. That is the natural psychologically. We love it. So without criticizing any child's pictures or writing, don't criticize children at all. Even it is wrong, you will say, oh, that's really nice. You can make an effort next time. You would do better than this. So you'll be happy. The way you express, the way your words, you can give love to their life through your words. And also you can kill the kid's mind through your words as well. So do remember it has both sides. So she writes correctly on the board the keywords that the children have written. She and the class read the words on the board together. Then teacher and the kids will start doing the loud reading. So here it is thinking, bringing it all together. An effective teacher will draw on all 3 of these methods to help children to learn to read. They usually do this by finding a story that will appeal to the children. Has some repeated words and rhyming words. There you are. Has words where they can use pictures, the look and say approach. Has a picture of what is happening in the story, the language. When you are selecting a storybook for children, see whether these things are there, whether it will appeal to the children. It has some repeated rhyming words are there, whether it has pictures. Okay, then it has pictures showing what is happening. That is the language experience. So be conscious when you are selecting, when you're asking the parents to select a good book as well. But in a school, I think there are specific books, right, that you will know, but still you also can say this book is really nice. You know that the Indian, the lecturer who spoke to in the first time here, he had a lot of books, no? Those are very familiar books. If you go to, I told you in the bookshops, those books are, I know all the books because I have done those books. So due to that, when I look at it, recall, because those books were from India, Indian books, those Oxford books are from, especially from India writers. Okay, go to bookshop. I told you the other day also. Spend some time in a bookshop. So teaching early reading in Africa has introduced you to, this is Africa because this teacher is from that country, 3 methods of teaching reading and given you a chance to try them out, because Africa is they have their own language. So like us, you are encouraged not to strict to yourself to any one of these methods, but rather to combine them as required to support young reading. I am not encouraging you to be strict, okay, yourself to one method. Combine. Okay, so that is the way you will be doing this. I told you, no? When you are doing talking about fruits today, ask the parent to send them for their snack apples. When they bring apples, you will differentiate the colors. So today you are talking about the colors. Students have this thing, and they will then be drawing also. Lots of things. Same theme. From the same theme, you are doing a lot of activities. To have a theme. When you go for a party, there's a theme, no? red. Everybody should wear blue. The cake is blue. Balloon is blue. Isn't it? Likewise, the birthday child is also blue. We also blue. The theme is blue. Likewise, have a proper theme for that particular day. Okay, you have to think. Now I have given you, I have opened your brains now with the torch. You go ahead searching, right? I can't do everything for you. I'm doing my maximum, all right? So due to that, start searching with the torch without going blind, like a blind person. Okay, if you go without a torch along the road, you are a real blind, no? Now you are not going like a blind, no? You are going with a torch now. The torch is the knowledge what you took from here for about 10 days. So having this taken, you can climb up now. Okay, so it is important to remember that different children may respond better to one method than another. That is the reason. When you use different methods, there are certain students love particular method. Some will not like it. So that is why I'm also using some strategies. Sometimes I'm asking you to read. Sometimes some like, some they don't like. When I'm using videos, some like, some they don't like. But you have to facilitate each and every person according to them. So likewise, think. So some may have better visual memory than others. Some may like analyzing words into separates, one another may not. Some may like to be given more specific instruction than others. They may not like that the freedom that the language experience approach offers. If certain children are struggling to learn to read, you might find that concentrating on one particular method might help them to overcome their difficulties. They say that if somebody has a problem struggling to learn reading, then they say that find the concentrating on one particular method, use one particular good method. You saw that teacher was doing with that little girl, that Asian girl, I think she's maybe Chinese or something, you know, and she was, you know, doing the stuff, and ultimately what happened? She knew, and the teacher was very happy. That is why they went to the classroom back again. Her objective was fulfilled. Her objective was to see whether this little girl in a process to read. Yeah, okay, that is enough for the day. That is her expectation. So it's done. All right. Next day, she will have another activity with the child. So there are multiple ways to teach and learn reading. Some methods work better than others, and some readers learn better from one method than they do from another. Reading aloud is considered the best way for caregivers to prepare a child to learn to read. So you have to understand that, right? So you have even tell the parents as well. So with this knowledge now, jolly well, you can also advise parents because you have a vast knowledge now. No? You have a vast knowledge. You must be able to educate your parents as well, right? So do that. So some specific instructions in the major parts of reading: phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, comprehension, how they understand. It's the best approach to teaching most children to read. Instruction should also be systematic, well-planned, and consistent and clear. You can't just go to the classroom now. So you see what a big effort I do when I am doing to this. All my PowerPoints are in the same theme. No, I have taken the same frame for you all. Now you see the same frame I have taken. So same subject you have. Might as I'll change the colors here and their background, but again, I have the same theme kind of a thing. But if I'm doing for my university, I'm not using this. I'm using some other theme. Because whenever they see my PowerPoints, they know, that is Madam's PowerPoints. It's very familiar among everybody. Everyone says that whenever they see, it's her. That is, you know, it's unique, you know, that is what should be like that. You have to plan. Working with children is, not that much easy. When I'm doing your lectures, I'm paid well. Actually, tell you the truth, they are paying for me for my qualification. You are paid for your qualification. There's a scale for the first degree, then the master's, like it goes like that. So you also will be like that. You can get the double of the salary what you are getting today with the qualification. So I am paid well. So if they are paying me well, so it's my duty, You know, I have to be nice to students. I have to be nice to the whole world, not to my religion. So we have to consider as a teacher all these things, not just I can't just wipe my hands now. So do I decline from you all today, but still I have some duties towards you. What are my duties? I have to mark all your activities and then to mark your final activity as assignment. Isn't it? I had to put it there. Then you will be seeing, understand. Those are until you go for the this thing. I had to send your results then. Clear to you? Likewise. So those are, though I have finished the lectures from you today, I can't wipe my hands now, because I have to mark your assignment and to produce your results as well to them. Otherwise, how are they going to assist you? Clear? That's what. So when using any teaching strategy, teachers should help students to understand why a strategy is useful, describe explicitly how the strategy should be used. Teacher demonstration, modeling, and follow-up independent practice are critical factors for success. Students' discussion following strategy instruction is also helpful. So let's watch this. I think this is the last video, I think, for the day today.
You can start your Australian education today from wherever you are. Find the right course and location for you and start studying with Australia today. It's time to discover your brilliant future self. Go back to class.
If a change in the weather is coming, these students at Roslyn Heights Elementary School will be among the first to know it.
There's no wind. There's no wind, and the wind is sort of blowing. And it's the temperature. The temperature is about 30.
These kids are becoming avid readers, and not just of thermometers and barometers.
Hey, you guys, it's time to go back to class.
So I have got this really great book, and it's called Storm Chasers.
Teacher Margaret Barnes uses a framework called CORI to teach reading comprehension skills to 2nd and 3rd graders.
Can strike mostly anywhere.
CORI, developed by Dr. John Guthrie, stands for Concept-Oriented Reading Instruction. Organized mostly around nonfiction books, each 18-week reading unit guides kids to come up with their own questions, dig up facts, integrate the findings, and share the highlights with the class.
And when they go over the water, they turn into water spouts.
Students pursue their own interests with hands-on experiences, which research shows boosts motivation more than, say, simply looking at pictures. Kids are also encouraged to ask their own questions.
The questions I'm trying to answer are cloud questions. My first one is, how many clouds are there and how do clouds float?
Key to CORI is a large collection of irresistible books, from haikus to history.
I like to have a lot of books to choose from so that I can get information, but it's hard to choose from because there's so many, and I like tornado books, but I have to look at cloud books so that I can get information.
We know that choice is one of those intrinsic motivators. Social interaction is an intrinsic motivation, but when children have choice to find their books and then be able to talk with their friends about what they found, and maybe someone will share, hey, I found this about tornadoes, why don't you read this book? And they can recommend a book, then that just lends itself to more engagement.
CORI offers explicit strategies for plucking information from a book. By thinking aloud, Ms. Barnes shows kids how to spot the factual diamonds among the less brilliant stones.
Julio, sirens blare. People hurry to a radio or TV and quickly flick it on. I wonder why they're doing that. So I'm starting to think about this. As you read, do you think about things and kind of start to make questions in your mind?
Ms. Barnes has also shown her students how to find information by using an index, glossary, or table of contents.
Let's check on your next.
After the students' own questions have been posed and researched, and after the facts have been sifted and connected, kids can then communicate their findings to the class.
Reports from wacky weather. Did you know it can snow pink snow? Well, it can, because when wind picks up dark pink gust, it carries it to snow clouds, and then it snows pink snow.
Being able to communicate to others is an aspect of Corey that's important because it validates that children are learning for the sake of learning. And when they ask their own questions and find answers and are able to express that and communicate that to others, it validates that they're a learner, that they're a thinker and a reader and a writer.
Nate, did anything break in the farm? Well, I think that the farm got knocked down and stuff, but not those three things.
Research shows that Corey works. Kids in Corey classrooms are not only more motivated and curious than those who get traditional instruction, they also score higher on reading achievement and conceptual knowledge. For kids who don't enjoy fiction, many boys don't, Corey offers a new route to reading engagement through nonfiction topics. Corey's impact can last far beyond elementary school.
I've watched children's lives change because they may never have thought of themselves as a good reader. It changes the way they see schools, changes the way they see themselves as readers and writers. They remember it always. They remember the experiences they have in Corey classrooms forever.
Right.
So you see that what, what kind of things that you also can do with the children, isn't it? So due to that, think about your, the future, the way you are going to take over this teaching to early childhood. One day the students will be able to come to that level. Once they finish reading a book, they must be able to throw it in front of the friends, like a research, what the book was content. So they were talking about tornado. There are certain students love particular storybooks. So a good friend of mine who is a professor actually, her grandchildren, she was telling to me recently, her son who lives in USA. So very recently, he has spoken to those two kids about tornado. You know what the children was telling to her now to the professor. Professor says, now I can't sit in one place. They want to do this tornado drama. See the students, both the kids, they say, Granny, now we are going to get a tornado to our house. So you have to pretend it. So then she has asked, what should I do? You and grandpa both must fall down, kind of a thing. Because when the tornado comes, you have to. Then she has to act accordingly. The kids are telling. Then what is there? The little boy is throwing all the bottles and things here and there within a minute. She says the whole house is like a real mess. Within a second, they do everything to the house now. Throwing the pillows, and they keep a lot of things nearby. They have planned it properly. They know how to plan now. They keep lot of things, things, whatever the materials available at home, they keep several nearby them. And when Malli is falling also down, the Archie and this Sia, both they have to fall. And this girl is throwing everything here and there. So it's real, real situation, they are trying to do it. So that is how the children. Okay, so you have to understand. So let's look at here literature-based instruction. Literature-based reading instruction involves teaching reading through exposure to literature. In other words, students learn how to analyze text by reading and analyzing. Literature is analyzing here now. The focus of literature-based instruction is to help children to develop research skills through having real-life literacy. This literature is English literature. The literature, what you are going to search for your information that is something, that is that knowledge. Clear? So there are two different words to understand. So this is a stark contrast to programs that teach reading by talking about grammar rules and showing students one word or sentence at a time. In literature-based instruction, everything is instead based in its literary text. So she thinks that the literature-based instruction sounds just like for his class, but he's not sure how it's implemented. To help him out, let's examine the different ways to approach the literature-based instruction and how we can use them in the classroom. So here it says that self-selected approach, also called the individualized approach. It is also each student to pick the book he or she wants to read with some guidance from the teacher. Now, when I ask you, I'm not going to ask you to take the one particular book. I'll be selling the book you like, you can pick. Or the book you like, you will be bringing to the class. So likewise. So can help guide students to or suggest books to them to based on their reading level. If not, what you can do, you can suggest. You tell, okay, under this Ladybird series, I prefer you to get this under this theme. There are a number of books available. If you wish, go to the bookshop, sit, find whatever the best book you like, purchase that and come. Right? So for instance, Goldilocks and Three Bears I told, because it's a lovely thing you can do as a drama. There are a lot of books actually. I just took this, even Cinderella, you know. A lot of books are here. Licken Chicken or something. I can't remember the names also. Hen, Little Red Hen, you know, likewise. Clear? Chicken Licken, no? Yeah. So in a self-selected approach to instruction, everyone in class is reading different book. This is the exact opposite of the whole class approach. Yeah, which is then every student read the same book. In other words, you will pick a book for the class to read and then we'll read and discuss the book. So once you finish reading that book, then the teacher will tell, okay, once you have finished reading, everybody should come up and tell your story. Spent about 5 minutes. Okay, I give you 5 minutes to take about, even you can show the book and talk by looking at the book, no problem. Likewise, use some strategies, encourage the students. Clear? So there are pros and cons of both approaches. Self-selected approach makes sure that the students are able to read on their level and read topics that relate to their interests. So the boost engagement acts make it more likely that students will enjoy what they read. The whole class approach doesn't do that. Everyone is reading the same thing regardless of their reading level of interest. However, there are still some advantages. First of all, it can be less stressful on the teacher. It's stressful for the teacher. When everyone is reading the same book, won't have to worry about making individual recommendation or making sure every student is engaged in the same in their reading. So another big advantage of the whole class approach is that it allows students to open dialogue with their peers about books. Now they are going to have a dialogue. They will open. As they are all reading the same book, they can talk about the book, can hear from each other what they think of it. This can be a valuable teaching tool. When you use one particular textbook, everybody's doing the reading, the same book, so each other can discuss. Lovely. It's easy for you also. It's easy for us as well. So that's all with regard to this also. So I will send you the activity also to discuss about today's topic, right? And let me come back to you because I really want to discuss your assignment again. Right, this is your assignment, final assignment. This is the assignment for the module 1. The behaviorist theory believe that infants learn oral language from other human role models through a process involving imitation, reward, and practice, while nativist theories hypothesize that language is an innate fundamental part of the human genetic makeup, and the language acquisition occurs as a natural part of the human experience. So they're asking you to critically discuss. What they're asking you here is to discuss both views. There are two views. So you are discussing, providing example where necessary, and give your opinion, asking your opinion. What is your opinion in regard to these two? Also they are asking. So they are asking you to give 1,000 words. This is your assignment. Okay. So this is the assignment. The behaviorist theory. Learn about behaviorist theory. They say this. Then talk about the nativist theory. They say this, within speech bubbles, within inverted commas, behaviorist theories, they say this, nativist theories, they say this. So this is two. These two are likewise. You can see while nativist. While mean behaviorists say like this, nativists say like this. Now it's clear to you, no? Now what they're asking? They are asking you to discuss this and this. Discussing in the sense, say what is behaviorist theories and what they have spoken. Then go for the nativist theory. So talk about nativist theory and explain that. Then they are asking you to discuss both views, providing examples. So provide examples, try to pick some and give your opinion going to be in the last paragraph. So you need to take 1,000 words. So you may divide it. For this particular two theories, how many words am I going to take? Right? Talk about the two series and talk about whatever good side. And here, everything about good and bad in particular theory talk here. And particular nativist theory talk. Then what do you do as a summary? Summary ekata karanne. Ara dekemma gatta adahas you have on your mind now. You just discuss as your final, as your conclusion now. You say, okay, behaviorist side this, nativist according to behaviorist and nativist. So they so likely it has pros and cons. So my point of view is, I believe this should be like this or whatever. It's up to you. Is it clear to you now? So you have to have an introduction paragraph. First paragraph is your introduction. What is your introduction? Is your this thing. You have to tell your reader this essay is discuss about the behaviorist theories and nativist theories. Likewise, you have to say. Start. Okay, start with it. Reader, take a good article. See the way how they have started their this thing. If you can't even say some literature to appreciate, take some literature also. Right? Maybe it's a little difficult for the first time. Anybody to, even to us, it will be difficult for the first time. But after that, it's not a big issue for you. So imagine you are getting 1 month to write 1,000 words. You have 1 month. I'm giving 1 month. Now, today, once you finish, I'm sure now you are a little tired. So you have to write summaries for all 3 topics what we discussed yesterday, 2 topics, and today discuss about the oracy and discuss about the yesterday's I have the other topic I have given understanding language and language learning, and another one discuss approach to teaching and learning of reading. Right, so I will be uploading that. You take a little relax today because you are a little tired. It's not that much easy, you know, and your brain has to be free if you want to start a new thing. So don't do anything now. Have relax in the evening. Once I upload everything, if you want to download these things, watch them. Okay. But think about the assignment once you have uploaded your activities. If you can finish your activities by uploading by Thursday, okay, so you can start your assignment also from Thursday. The due date is 17th. You will be bringing, uploading it 17th of November. 17th it's a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 17th Wednesday you upload. Yes, Pupa?
Miss, can you please repeat? I was not there.
You were not there, right?
There was a connection.
Yeah, okay. Your assignment you have to upload on 17th November. So you will be starting your assignment from next Sunday. Because you have to do these 3 activities also, no? Yesterday, 2, and today. If you can finish your activities by 14, if you can upload, even today onwards, I'll keep it open for you to upload. Once you finish, you upload. Then your mind is free now, no? After that, no activities, no? You can be happy. When your mind is free, then read the assignment. Otherwise, don't do. Your mind has to be free. No, now my mind also free after that. Why is that? This is somewhat, you know, I mean, I was your first lecturer also for here. Yes or no? Yes or no, Oshadi? I was the first lecturer for your program.
Yes, you are the first lecturer, and I hope that even the other lecturers will be as good as you are, kind also.
Yeah. They will be better than myself, I'm very sure. Don't worry. They will be really good to you. Okay, don't worry. They will do a very good job to you. They are also well talented. For this program, I think they don't take just lecturers. They take well qualified ones. Due to that, you are very lucky to have good lecturers as well. Clear? So you will be having lectures from next week as well?
Yes.
Oh,
right throughout. Yes.
Throughout. Oh my God. Then you will get enough. Don't worry. That is how learning is. That is how we also learn. Every day you have work. Once everything is done, you are happy. You can even say to the students also, your students also, this is how we educated. This is how we did our things. You know, like I'm telling to you now very proudly. We also had the time, you know, assignment and activity and this and that. Very, you know, lethargic sometimes, but we have to be positive minded. So likewise. So this is about the assignment. So it is clear to you now. So nothing to worry. I will upload this assignment also in a particular document separately for you today, right? That also I will upload. And you take the assignment also. Same thing I'll upload. I will put it into another document, copy and paste and do. So you can understand. Is there anything with regard to assignment? Do you have any things to ask from me?
So ma'am, from today onwards, we can the assignments that we have already finished, we can upload them.
Yeah. I will. You can do anything. The activities what you did, what I gave you, you have done. No, this is your final one. This is I'm giving you a result for the final. This activity, this module, one assignment. So you have to be 100% thorough with this activity, this assignment. Very careful, right? Use in-text citation. If you can put references, do it in a high manner. For the activities you didn't do, it doesn't matter. No problem. Even if you have done, it's good. But even didn't do, that doesn't matter. But this thing, this will go for your final result. For sure. Others also will add separately something for activities, but this is for your final. So finish all the activities first. Then I can do the needful. Then do this. So since you are going to upload it 17th of November, you have to upload this assignment to the LMS. If you have done it 17th, 18th, it's a holiday. I think it's a holiday for me. I can check your results. Within 4 days, I can mark and publish your results even on Monday, 22nd. I can publish your results as soon as. Okay. Clear to you?
Madam, topic
So,
5, activity 5, 6, 7,
yeah,
8.
you could, I know.
All we didn't upload actually.
You couldn't upload, right? I will
Yeah.
keep the LMS open for you to upload that also. Everything I will do, time to time check it, time to time check when it is open. I will, you can upload. I will do everything for you. Don't worry. Keep everything ready. Only thing you got to upload within a second now. Do that job. Check it. I'll keep it open for 5 days, like for you all. Anyway, then you will be checking every day. No? So when you are checking, you can see, right? So that's all with the lecture. So I think I have been, I was doing this.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Puta, anything? Yes, Arusia?
Yes, I have a doubt that in the last assignment, the final assignment, do we need to write as a essay type or like a normal project we will do in a school? Like we want to put a content page like that.
Yeah, do like that. Definitely. Yeah. That also should be there. The first page, I wanted to tell, I forgot to tell also that then you have to have a front cover, write the name of the module. What is the module name? Language, communication, and literacy. Okay, in your A4 sheet, right? Then write your name, write your email address, write your phone number. That is your front cover page. Then you go to the next page as the second page. That is the content page. Put that number 1, this number 2, this whatever you are talking about, put it there. Check another material, check another writer who has done that content page. Then you have 2 pages. Then you will assignment. If you are putting a references, it will be at the end. If you want to put some other extra documents, that also will be, but the extra document and reference list will not be counted for the counting 1000 words. Only the essay will be counting as introduction, body, and the conclusion part will be counting as now 1000 words. Clear? Okay. So that's all, students. So I think your module, which
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
asked to do, and yes, Puta, yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I missed the I think first and second session. So I couldn't upload any.
You have to study
assignment.
those 2 sessions.
Yeah, ma'am. I need some.
Your assignments are ready. All right.
Not yet, ma'am. I'm studying that. I was watching. I need some time because I was little studying.
Okay. Okay, don't worry. When you are ready, why will you let me know? Then I can open my LMS. Will you take my phone number?
Okay.
It's 071.
071. Okay, ma'am.
3091 623. Even Chayatri, you also have to do that work. Right? Slowly do it some or other and upload. Then I keep the LMS open that day. But you keep your documents ready with you. 071 3091 623.
Okay, thank you so much.
I have a dialogue number, so I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember, but my Mobitel number, which I gave you, was that. Okay, 071 3091 623. So let me know, saying that if you want me, I will open it and keep, then you can upload it, right? So till about 17th, November 17th, I will be with you all, don't worry. 17th of November. Okay, whenever you need to upload something, tell me, right? So I will push you, don't worry. I will help you for sure. Nothing to be worried. Clear? So that's all. So I think I have started your lecture. in Saturday, September 11th Saturday, and today is the 10th Sunday. This is October. We have been doing this for 10 days. So I was talking to you about the first topic as theories of literacy. And of course, the second topic as theories of language development. And as the third topic, I was talking to you multilingualism technique. And of course, as number 4, I was talking to contemporary research into metacognition and metacognition linguistics as well. And then we did children's literature and storytelling. Of course, you can remember. Then we did folklore and fairy tales. And after that, we did reading, then we did writing. And then we were talking about yesterday understanding language and language literacy. And of course, we did oracy yesterday. And as today, we did approaches to teaching and learning of reading. So these were the main I took. And I covered the particular module as the first module, language, communication, and literacy. So that's all. So I like to get your feedback. I think we have another 10 minutes more. Okay, I will be with you for 10 minutes to hear your voices. And so thank you very much, students. I think I did my level best to you all. And you were also supporting me a lot. Actually, I tell you the truth, I was really fond of doing this lecture also. Very happily I did. As you all were nice students, I didn't feel like, working hard to find a lot of videos for you, like very meaningful videos. So that everything I did because you all also very motivated and you were doing very well. While you were with me. So work hard, do like that in future, climb up your ladder. This is not the only thing there are some more things I told you. Think of doing one day a PhD. Right, definitely Lincoln, they have PhD stands, and as all other thing I had to tell you so privately, SLF is a very nice body that you have selected to do. Of course, they have nice good lecturers over there, and they are working hard towards the students is one plus point. I love this Sri Lankan Foundation is, and work hard, okay, dedicate yourself, think of the value of the education. See the beauty of future when you have enough qualification. So money is not everything for us. When you have enough qualification, of course, you can do many things to the humankind. We know that everybody die one day, but if you can do something to the nation or to the whole world, of course, there is a nice death for us. You know that we will be able to do even next birth if we come, like many more things. All right. So likewise, be positive minded. And of course, you will have a very good future. This is what I have to say. And I was really, really happy. And I never felt like lazy when I was lecturing to you all. So thank you so much for each and every student, though I don't call you names one by one. But I'm telling to each and everybody, you all are very nice group of kids that whom will be ever in my heart. Certainly, I will be coming for a conversation. I also will wear a cloak and come, okay, and to take some photograph with you all. I'm so anxious to see that you all are with the clock, having the certificate in your hand, all right, on the stage. And we will take some photograph for sure. I will see you physically when the time comes. For sure, I'll come and see you all whenever you have lectures physically, even though I don't conduct at that point. I will get excuse your lecturer and I'll come and see you to the lecture hall for sure. Okay, then thank you, students. So let me hear your feedback before say bye-bye from our program. Yes, so just Oshadi may start, then go ahead Arusi and Marshi, and then go to Lanka, and then we go Subani, and then to Chayatri. Yes, you may go ahead.
From day one to up to now, I have learned a lot actually. And I feel so now comfortable and that I know about teaching. I know I have to study some more, but so far it has been a very nice journey. And thank you so much for making it a wonderful experience. and you have been a true inspiration for me. And I would like to wish you all the very best for your future, um, uh, the activities and your wishes, everything to come true. And thank you so much. That's all I want to say.
Okay, Oshadi, thank you. Thank you for everything. Do appreciate highly. Okay, well done. Yes, Aruzia.
Yes, ma'am. We learned a lot from you. That means the class was so positive with you. So, and it's very easy to learn with you. So we learn a lot from you, and it's very, you gave lots of encouragement for us. So not only for our, that means for our personal and for our professional life. So thank you so much, and we'll miss you.
Don't worry. Thank you. I'll be there. Don't worry. Keep in touch with me whenever you need my help. All right. Yes. Don't worry. So good luck. Okay. Yes, Malshi.
Yeah, first day to till, I think it's a very nice days with you actually. You are a fantastic lecturer, I think, with so many experiences you share with us, and I think nothing you hide. Actually, everything you share with us, what you had experienced before, now, and future, and everything you discuss with us, and you made our mind positively. At first day also you told, don't mind it, you can just like this. I think it's a good experience to us. Actually, it's a little bit sad, I think, today, because I think we can keep in touch with you through the phone, I think.
Certainly, certainly. I'm there. Any help you need from my side, I will help you for sure. So work hard. And so you will have a future for sure. Definitely, don't worry.
Okay, thank you, madam. Yeah, thank you for everything, and good. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Malshi. Yes, Tilanka.
Yes, I collected a huge knowledge thanks to you. And you every day you added up something to our lives through your experiences. That's very important, I think. And you made me have have love in me about teaching, and thank you very much. We will miss you.
Okay, Tilanka, I'm there. Don't worry, right? I'll be there with yours. Okay. Yes, Subhani.
It's I'm so grateful. I mean you, ma'am, and thank you for your kindness and guidance. You have helped us more. So I'm pretty confident now. I hope I'll be a good early childhood teacher, and you motivate me lots, ma'am, in the way. When I attend the first class session, I little nervous, but I now I'm so confident, and you are the the coolest lecturer I ever had, ma'am. I think you are the first lecturer for me. So I'm so grateful, and I'll be miss you.
Okay.
And thank you so much, ma'am. And hope I'll meet you soon.
Certainly, don't worry. You will not miss me. I'll be there with you all, as I told
Okay,
you. All right.
Thank
Don't
you, ma'am.
worry. In future, whenever you. Okay. Thank you, and God bless. All right. Good. Yes, Gayatri.
Ma'am, we learn a lot of things, and you taught us with a lot of love and care, and we all are very comfortable with you. Thank you for being a good teacher and a good person. So I felt sad because I missed some lectures with you. Sometimes when I see my when I seen this, I forgot to see PowerPoint. I'm seeing your expressions and face. So thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Gayatri. So everybody, so let me thank you once again, and hope you don't have anything to say to me as you spoke to me. Yes. Okay, then thank you so much and good luck with your studies. Please work hard. Okay, so there will be some other modules with you in future. So work hard the same way you work hard with me, with the other lecturers also, and finish your program. And once it's done, don't waste your time unnecessarily. And you can start working even now with this particular qualification for sure. And in the meantime, think of doing another degree as well once you finish it. So as I said, you can climb up your ladders if you work hard for sure. So I wish you all the time. So wherever I will be helping. I like to help students. Do not worry to bother me if you need any help from my end. So do remember to upload your assignment on 17th November. I will be uploading all my PPTs plus these activities and everything today, some or other. And so that's all I have to say. Then thank you so much, students. It was so nice and so lovable, and I was enjoying teaching you. And of course, I had a great time teaching. I really didn't feel that I was doing a lecture. I felt like, I was yes, communicating with you. Likewise. So thank you very much. You all will be with me on my mind forever in rest of my life as well. We'll never forget. So thank you and good luck, everybody. And bye-bye to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.